In today's video, we're taking you to Phitsanulok, which is a city in northern Thailand. And we're going to take you day by day and show you our real life experiences as it happens on how we spent our 3 days here.
Make it lucky.
Which will hopefully give you an idea of some of the places that you can visit.
Hello, welcome.
We're going to take you to some awesome places of interest here, including some of the famous temples. And we'll also take you to some of the recommended places of interest, including some of the best places to eat, and show you some of the trendy cafes here where you can buy anything from a hot lemon tea to an orange flavoured coffee. We'll also take you on a walk to see some of the amazing street art and show you why it's a popular tourist attraction. And as always, we'll break down the cost for you. And in today's video, we've got a couple of VIP guests accompanying us today, and they're our good friends, Mr. and Mrs. Lek and Da. And you may recognise our driver from other videos in and around Thailand. That's Mr. Jamon, and our son Bruno, who is 7 months old on this trip. Okay, introductions over, let's get back to Phitsanulok. And as you can see, we drove by minivan from Bangkok, which is around a 5.5 hour drive if you were to drive directly. But of course, we made a few stops along the way. The first stop being this large Buddhist complex, which is a must-see place if you're in the area. We passed it on the way to Phitsanulok, and it's in the province of Uthai Thani, about halfway between Bangkok and Phitsanulok. And it's definitely not your grandma's neighbourhood temple, that's for sure. The compound's massive, with quite a few separate temples and structures. And we'll take you to the first of these temples, which is known as the Golden Castle, and you'll see why in a moment. If you parked at the main hall, there's a bus that takes you there. It's about a 5-minute ride, but it's definitely worth seeing. And this is why it's a temple of beauty, with both the exterior and interior covered in gold. It's spread over 3 floors, and we're just walking into the ground floor now, where you can see all the doors are covered in these gold reliefs, which look absolutely amazing. Yeah, the craftsmanship that's gone into this is, I keep saying it, unbelievable, but it really is. And that was a little place where you can make merit. And going upstairs now to the second floor, where it's just full of all different kind of Buddhist shrines, pardon my pronunciation there. And yeah, the pictures speak for itself, so I'll just shut up for a second and let you take in all this beauty of all the different Buddha statues. So yeah, there we're all on the second floor. And then you go to the third floor. And again, there's just Buddhist statues after statues. Really is remarkable. And we'll go and head back outside now, and to the right hand side of this golden castle, surrounding the car parking spaces, is a kind of elevated corridor, I guess you'd call it, with dozens of seated Buddhas that we were told were apparently all different. So there was only one way to find out, which is what we did, and for me, they all look the same. But upon further inspection, you could see like the hand positions were slightly different. And along with this temple or castle, whatever you want to refer to it as, there's another truly awesome temple in this compound worth visiting as we get the bus back where it is, and it's called the Crystal Temple. Although we were starting to feel quite hungry at this point, so we decided it'd be best to go for some food first before going to see that one. So that's what we did, and we headed off to this little restaurant that we found, which is called Krua Je Chock, which is Thai for Kitchen of Grandma. And actually, true to its name, it was old ladies, most likely grandmas, that were actually doing the cooking. And we ordered a mixture of dishes. We got the Thai curry with river snail and betel leaf, as well as curry jungle fish and local fried vegetables with normal vegetables. And there was some steamed fish with lime and chilies. And belly's now full, we headed back to the large Buddhist complex, Wat Chantharam, better known as Wat Song. to go and see what was undoubtedly the most famous and visited temple in Uthai Thani province, which is this one called the Crystal Sanctuary, and it's 100 metres long, which could be called Thailand's Hall of Mirrors, with walls and columns covered in mirrors. And this is where the corpse of Luang Por Rusi Ling Dam is housed. Many Thai devotees come to pay respect to this famous monk who launched its restoration and turned this into a big centre for Buddhist teachings. And it's free admission. There's a number of different shrines where you can make merit and pay your respects, including being able to buy things for monks and also put some coins in these boxes, which I presume is for good luck. And hopefully these pictures reflect just what an amazing place this is. It really is a place of beauty, really. So yeah, that was the box ticked to this crystal temple. And then it was time to jump back into the minivan and make our way to Phitsanulok, which was still over 3 hours drive away. So we settled in and enjoyed the scenery on the way up before arriving at the hotel that we'll be staying in for the next 2 nights, called Topland Hotel, which is one of the biggest hotels in the area. We made our way through the lobby and checked into the hotel, which has a lot of different restaurants within it, as well as a shopping plaza as well, which we'll show you later. But for now, it was time to check into our hotel room, which was a really nice hotel room. It's got everything that you'd expect and everything that you need, really. It's got a set of drawers, a big TV, nice big double bed, and the room was a good size. It was 41 metres squared, or 441 feet squared, and the bathroom was good size as well. Quite a small bath, like most baths in Asia, and the water pressure in the shower was really good too. And it also had a swimming pool as well, which doesn't look very big from here, and I'll show you that on day 3 when we take Bruno for a swim. But for now, we were starting to get hungry again. So we'd done our research, and thanks to the internet, we headed off to Banmai Restaurant, which is a recommended restaurant. We waited to be seated for a table, and yeah, had a good selection of wine and beers, although the menu was in Thai. There wasn't an English version, I don't believe, but having a Thai wife and being surrounded by Thai people, it was easy to get the translation, and you can also translate it on your phone as well. And this is the food that we got. I got the 𝐓𝐄𝐊 guy, Fang got the som tam, some different fishes and soups, but we didn't stop there because there was another recommended place to go.
So where are we going now?
Let's go for ice cream.
Ice cream!
Which is where we'll take you now, to this place called Crispy Tubtim. And if you're visiting this charming city of Phitsanulok, don't miss out on this iconic sweet shop. This legendary place is famous for its chewy water chestnut rubies, Tubtim crop, served with rich coconut milk. As you can see on the menu, there's a mixture of toppings, and I just stuck to the coconut ice cream. Played it safe, really, but it was well worth the visit. And as usual, we went to pick up a few snacks from the local 7-Eleven, which is Asia's equivalent to Tesco in England, and you can get absolutely anything and everything in here. We normally just pick up a few snacks just to eat back at the hotel, which is what we did. And we'll make our way back to the hotel now as we break the cost down for day 1 here in Phitsanulok, and I'll carry this on into day 2 and day 3 and give you a final cost of how much it cost us for these 3 days at the end of the video.
Good night.
Stay tuned because we've got a fun, full-packed day ahead as we head into day 2 now, which started off with going for a little bit of breakfast, and we'll show you the breakfast that you can get at this hotel just in case you wanted to come here. It had a mixture of both Asian and continental breakfast dishes, and there was chefs that were on hand to cook you omelettes and fresh fried eggs. And once we'd finished breakfast, Bruno was starting to get a little bit tired, so we headed back to the room so he could grab a little bit of sleep before we headed out to the first place on our list for today, which is a recommended and a very popular place here in Phitsanulok, which is called Uthai Thani Noodle Restaurant, which translates in English as Hanging Leg Noodle Shop, which, as you can see, all the people sat outside were hanging their legs while they were eating the noodles. But we decided against that and we got a table inside, and you can get every type of noodle and every type of style of noodle, whether you want it wet or dry. Just order what you want. And then, after experiencing that noodle shop, we took a 2-minute walk up the road to this place called Long Café, which is another recommended place in Phitsanulok. It's a Chinese-style cafe which has nice decor, and it feels like a neighbourhood tea house, and the drinks here are fantastic. As you can see on the menu there, the prices are pretty reasonable as well, and they don't just do teas and coffees and the kind of drinks, they do cakes, and everything's done in-house. I got the hot charmer now, which is lemon tea, and other people got various styles of coffee. I think there was like a lemon coffee, orange coffee, and Fang got a green tea there. And it was time to take a few pictures before we jump back into the minivan to go to our next place for today, which was just a short ride away over the Phra Chan Bridge to this place, which is the Chan Royal Palace. But first, we're going to visit Wat Thong historical site, which is in the grounds of this royal palace, and it was the resident of the 𝐏𝐇𝐈𝐓𝐒𝐀𝐍𝐵 royal family in the 15th century, and most famous for being the birthplace of King Narasun the Great, who ruled the 𝐏𝐿𝐇𝐈𝐓𝐻𝐒 kingdom from 1590 to 1605, and he's a legendary figure to Thai people and the subject of many works of literature and films. And we'll go and see the Chan Royal Palace now, which was just a short drive to the other side of the grounds, where we met some local people that were selling flowers for us to make an offering at the palace, which we bought and then headed up there. And one thing you'll notice about this place, which intrigued me, was the amount of chickens that there is around this place. There's just lots of different colourful chicken statues in all different sizes along the walkway to the shrine, which, upon a little bit of research, I found out that it's representative to a pet toy of King Narasun. And then we came here to do what we intended to do, which was to make merit, which is what we did, before heading back down and checking out some of the local gift shops that they had. And of course, it'd be rude not to pick up a little memorabilia of our time here. And then it was time to head off to another temple. And it's not just temple tours here, but there are quite a lot of absolutely awesome temples that you can see here, like this one, which we've just got to. And this is a complex as well, which has a number of different temples within it. These were just a couple of the little ones which they had on the side, really, and the main one was the Wat Chantharam, which is also known as Wat Yai, and it's got the Phra Buddha Chinnarat, which is considered by many Thai Buddhists to be the most beautiful Buddha image in the country, and this is a popular destination for worship and what we were doing, tourism. It's quite a big complex as well. There's lots of different corridors that lead off to different temples and whatnot. And as you go outside as well, there's other monuments like this shrine, which is the Phra Buddha Chinnarat statue, which stands at 3 meters and 75 centimeters. And like a lot of places we've travelled in Asia, when people want to practice their English, they often approach me, which is what these school kids did. And it feels only right to give them some of your time to let them do just that, although I'm just going to show you a small snippet. How are you? How are you? They did give me a full-on presentation of their project that they were doing, and good on them. I hope they learnt something. If nothing else, they got to practice their English. Well done. Very good. Yay.
เย้ทำสำเร็จ
Very good.
And the last temple that we'll visit on this temple tour, I guess you'd call it, of this complex is the one where some monks are also visiting, which is this one called Tao Wesawan, otherwise known as Wat Chantharam. And if temples are your thing, or you're interested in Buddhism, we do have other videos on our channel that you might want to check out, which gives you a more in-depth view as well as details of how you can make merit, which is a term I've used, and you might be wondering, well, what does it actually mean, making merit? As we head back to the hotel, I'll explain just a little bit briefly, and it refers to performing good deeds with the intention of accumulate positive karma. And it involves actions you can do, like giving to the poor, offering food to monks, observing precepts, and practicing meditation. It is a kind of way to purify the mind and cultivate positive qualities. And as evening was starting to approach, it was time to go and grab a bite to eat. So we headed out once again, and this place was about a 15-minute drive away, called Krua Je Chock, which translates as kitchen sister, and I think Chock's the name of the sister, I guess. And this place was really fantastic. We ordered a mixture of dishes, as you can see there, and you might notice that everybody's eating with a spoon and a fork, which is what people do in Thailand, and there's normally a serving spoon as well in the dish that you scoop everything onto your plate with. When meal finished, it was time to head back into the minivan to go to our next destination in Phitsanulok, which is to a dessert shop called Chu Bun. It was another recommended place to visit, and it didn't disappoint either. We took a table just on the side of the road, and this was their signature dish, which is the big bun Marian plum, which would be rude not to try, but they also had a lot of other different desserts as well that you could choose from. And this is the big bun Marian plum, and that was it for dessert. So we'll head back into the minivan now and go back to the hotel, where we shall reflect on our second day here in Phitsanulok by giving you a breakdown of the cost of what it cost in day 2 here, and I'll break that down into the different currencies for you. It was a pretty cheap day all in all. And waking up early morning and heading into day 3 now of our final day here in Phitsanulok. And that swimming pool was looking inviting, which is where I'm going to take Bruno just after we've had a little bit of breakfast. And once again, the breakfast didn't disappoint, and I had the morning to myself, so that gave me and Bruno a little chance to head down to the pool and go for a little dip. So we picked up a couple of towels and did just that, and it was a beautiful morning for a swim as well.
What's up, Bruno? All on birds.
And then after a swim, Bruno had a little nap, and I packed up some of my stuff and did a little bit of work on a YouTube video before taking Bruno and you watching to a recommended place to visit.
Right, so it's about a 10-minute walk down this way, apparently. The pavements aren't very good, or non-existent, so can't do the best we can. A little bit further down this way, bottom of this road, and then turn right, apparently.
And this is where we're headed, to a place called Street Art by Thong.
Right, mate. According to Google Maps, this street art place is about a 2-minute walk just past this bridge. There we are.
So let us have a little walk down the street and show you some of the artwork, which is a lovely place to come and have a little walk and enjoy the artwork. It's a very short street though, so I wouldn't recommend it if you're just visiting for this purpose. However, if you are looking around the historical site like we did yesterday, then I'd definitely recommend coming, but put some sunscreen on because it is absolutely roasting. So there we go, that was Street Art by Thong.
Right, end of this road, then turn right. Right, mate. We're nearly back at the hotel. And we're back.
And then it was time to go and get a drink, so we headed into the plaza. And this is Topland Plaza, which backs on to the hotel, the Topland Hotel where we're staying. So we grabbed a drink,
Mixed berry yogurt.
and what I'll do is I'll give you a little look around this plaza. It's got 5 or 6 floors to this one, and each floor has something different. Like this one where you can play table tennis or go roller skating. And it is actually a good place to come if you have kids, maybe older kids really, not kind of the age that Bruno is. There's lots of different games. There's a climbing wall there, and trampolines as well as ball pools, and there's also places where you can go and have a bite to eat, as well as many other places like this one.
You can go and get your hair cut, mate. So let's see how much. 200 to 300 baht.
So that's how much it costs to get your hair cut here in Thailand. And then it's time to have a look at some gold. And that was the prices at the time, if you wanted to buy gold. And then it was time to leave Phitsanulok. And what I'd like to do for you now is give you a total cost for the 3 days that we spent here now. And that's the total cost of what it costs for these 3 days, which was 12,700 baht, or £289.99, or $390.83 for all the American viewers. And I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching, and as always, we shall see you on the next video.